Don't be jealous of the fortunate few who get everything handed to them.
Yeah, growing up, I had this, a lot of the, it was a thing about going to Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
You know? A couple of friends went to Disneyland. Disneyland was a big thing.
Bullshit.
You know? Back in the day. Like, if you went to Disneyland, you'll fucking consider it as rich. You consider it as, like, the luckiest kid in the world.
That's fucking jackpot.
Yeah. Very, very like, rich.
Yes, correct. That's right.
So, yeah, it was like, fuck. For me, Disneyland was like, obviously, something you see on TV.
It's in the movies.
So, yeah, it's very fantasy that, like, does this thing even exist?
It's the most wonderful place in the world.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Am I going to be lucky to ever go there? Yeah. I used to even say it with that tone of voice.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, it was just like...
And you saw other motherfuckers going there, their families.
Yeah, like they're lucky and...
they're getting stuff.
They're getting stuff and things come easy to these people and things got harder for me.
Why don't I get stuff?
So, and there was a lot of these things as I grew up that, you know, friends of mine got their first car, turned 18, they got their first car. Parents bought them a brand new fucking car.
Yeah.
You know, I had to share a car with my brother.
Ah.
You know, it was really my brother's car.
That's it.
I was just borrowing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Correct.
So, even, you know, I can remember when I was 14, like, my brother used to get all the brand new clothes and I used to get the hand-downs.
Yeah.
I used to wear my first suit was from my cousin Chris.
Back.
His old suit.
Yeah.
That was my first suit.
That's right. Yours is a second thought.
Exactly, you know? So, so I always thought that, you know, I was unlucky and these people are always getting things and I'm not.
Thought you were less than.
Exactly, you know? And now I come to understand that these people, if you're given something, you haven't earned that. So if you don't earn it, you don't know the value of it. And you can look back at Hollywood stars and their children. A lot of them are on drugs early on in life. A lot of them die early because they're just given everything. They don't have to work for something. They don't have to sweat for something. And that's what makes a man. That's what creates value in life. And you have to go through it. And it's a core feature of life for children.
Correct. So sometimes we've got these friends growing up and shit, they get certain things like you're saying. Yeah, they get even, not even friends, could be like your brother, your sister, some sort of sibling.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And if you notice, everyone's got these people, these friends, whatever, that they're perceived to have gotten everything from the parents, or the parents seem to like give these people a little bit more attention.
Yeah, they're luckier people.
They're luckier people or some shit. All right. And in society, we call them coddled. We call them spoiled. These are the spoiled motherfuckers. We look at the spoiled motherfuckers like they're special because they get everything or whatever. Not just that they're special, but if it's in the same family, if it's your siblings, we look at ourselves as like, oh, we didn't get that. We're like less.
Yeah, they're cruising through life and I'm going to do it hard for some reason. Like,
correct.
Yeah, I'm getting punished here.
That's the story we tell ourselves.
Spot on.
But the real story here today, my friends, is you can forget about all that bullshit. It's not about who gets what. It's not about, oh, my dad didn't give me, my mum didn't give me. All those motherfuckers who got everything and who, everything was handed.
Who were spoiled.
They were spoiled. When they wanted it, they got it. That's not a fortunate motherfucker. That's a troubled motherfucker.
They're the most troubled people.
That's right. They're always the one that they need the most attention. They need they need everyone else to come to the party to help them. They're always the ones with the most problems. A lot of cunts who, fell in towards drugs and this and that. Yeah, sweet. Obviously neglect and all that bullshit. But a lot of the times, the person who gets the most gets the most fucked up.
Exactly.
Because of the fact that they did not value what they got. They don't understand what it's like to not have, like kids these days, they don't understand what it means to be bored. They get bored, but fucking that boredom is like could be 1 minute. You know, we used to go to our parents' houses and fucking hanging out, listen to some old motherfuckers talk shit. We're sitting there like good little fucking cunts, and fucking when am I gonna go home?
Yeah.
How long is this day
Fucking
gonna end?
iPads.
There's no iPads, there's no nothing. We understood the value of all this shit, and that's the problem. When something's given easy, you know, you miss that whole situation. Like 50 Cent said, joy wouldn't be so good if it wasn't for pain. Death's got to be easy because life is hard, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's exactly, that contrast is needed. Don't look at, and sometimes we look at like, oh, but, you know, if I got this thing at that point, at that birthday, maybe that would have helped me a little bit more. Yeah,
Stories we tell ourselves. Yeah.
It's a story we tell ourselves because that's hypothetical, and you're not going to be that cunt that you are now if you got everything you wanted.
Exactly.
There's an illusion, there's a kind of a fantasy situation going on that you think you're going to be this other cunt if you had this little bit of extra help. But everything is needed, and doing everything, I'm not saying don't get support. Different support and different handed to you.
Exactly.
All right? When I first did my apprenticeship back in the day when I was doing electrical, I had to learn everything. Now, I did my apprenticeship, I learned the trade with my old man. If he did everything for me, if he stripped cables, ran cables, fit off switchboards, that kind of shit, you know, put PowerPoints in, I'm never going to learn anything. You have to do everything yourself. I mean, you're trying to learn something, you got to do it yourself. It's got to come, there has to be a value associated. People pay a lot of money for watches and shit because of the rarity of these motherfuckers. If you start giving Rolexes to every cunt, that will lessen its value.
Guaranteed.
So that's a big one.
Yeah, people, like I said, people have to go through these, children specifically, have to go through these hard times. You can't just give your child everything. And as I said before with siblings, a lot of in our culture, a lot of the firstborn gets everything, gets spoiled.
Yeah. The load gets blown on these cunts,
exactly.
metaphorically speaking.
And then, exactly. And then everyone else, or the middle child always gets less. And then if there's a third one, they get a bit more than the middle child as well. I happen to be a middle child. But with the siblings...
that didn't happen in my case, but just then.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't happen every time. But in this case, the firstborn in this case is that they get so spoiled and they get things so easily that it just happens for the rest of their life as well. Even when they're in adulthood, they're always asking and getting things from the parents. The parents are always giving to these people.
Is that amazing?
It's amazing.
They've been trained like that, and people are like dogs. They learn that way.
Exactly. And these guys don't think nothing, there's something different about it. Like, they're not going to say, hey, I should stop asking for my parents.
No, I should.
That's the way they're conditioned.
Correct.
So they're just going to follow through what they've been taught.
Correct.
And these people here have definitely got more problems in life than the person that got nothing.
Correct. They've had to learn on their own. They've had to do without.
That's it. So you get nothing, you expect nothing. You get everything, you expect everything. It's just the way it goes.
Correct. Yeah, it's not. Don't look at those people. Don't look at yourself. Don't look at yourself and think I didn't get this and I didn't get whatever, and think you missed out on something. You didn't miss out. You got exactly what you needed.
Yeah, you're better off. Everyone's got to know this. That you are better off with getting nothing.
That's right. You think a fucking Game Boy would have solved solved
way.
your issues in life?
No fucking way.
We need better lessons in life. We don't need things, that little, going to Disneyland. Like, my parents never took us overseas to anywhere. And I'm like, and I was fucking begging cats today. I didn't give two fucks. Now, as an older motherfucker, I took control of my life. I go when I want. You know what I mean? So, I took that power, but that just made me appreciate traveling much more.
Guaranteed. Well, my parents didn't take me anywhere as well. Nowhere. Correct. But my brother ended up going, my older brother, my oldest, he ended up going with my aunties and uncles to different vacations.
Yes.
So he got that. But when I didn't get it, I made a decision in my life back then that as soon as I turn 18 and I can legally fucking travel on my own, I'm going to go see the world. And I did. And my brother that got these little small trips didn't go fucking nowhere.
It's fucked. Correct.
So who if you see it's who won and who lost, which is not like that, but let's say it is, who won in the end?
You're better off.
I was better off
Now, yeah, correct.
in this situation.
Yeah, understanding it and letting go of the past. If you're still hung up on the past and you're like, yeah, I still could have got mine,
Yeah, no, you're not doing yourself a
fucked.
favour, obviously.
you're fucked.
Yeah, guaranteed. But just know that if you felt something you're missing in your past and you didn't get, look at your current situation and you're a better person because of that.
Correct.
And you need to embrace that and stop dwelling on the past.
Correct. And just one more thing. Your brother, let's say anyone's brother or your brother in this case, let's say he was sport more than you were.
For
all
sure.
In this case, the blessing goes to you because in the metaphor or in the saying that give a man some fish he eats for a day, your brother, teach a man to fish he eats for a life, you, the cunt who went without.
Exactly.
That's exactly what that means right there.
Exactly. I got the lessons.
You got the lesson.
He got the reward.
He got the fucking first class service.
That's it. Exactly. In the long run, I'm better off,
Yeah, in the short term you don't get it when you're young,
Of
you think
course.
you're missing out.
which is understandable.
But it's fucking dumb.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Anyway, another good lesson.
Peace.